Can you still hear me good then?
Yes, sir. Alright, Mr.
All right.
Johnson. The time step is 12:50 a.m. 8/15/2022 Eastern Standard Time, U.S. Um, you've been brought up here to do a interview for command team. This does not mean you're getting in command team, okay? This is just an interview to basically see if we think you're fit for the job, alright? So I'm going to be reading a couple questions. Please answer to the best of your ability and in depth, please.
All right. Sounds good.
Alright, so start it off. What can you bring to command, and why should we pick you?
I think if I was brought into command, I'd be pretty helpful because as an officer, I'm pretty active within the city, so I know a lot of the officers when they're on duty. I know how to deal with them and how to help them, and I'm good to be able to give what's the word? Give suggestions on who's good for promotions and stuff like that for lower ranks. Um, yeah.
Alright. What are your strengths?
Um, I'd say that I'm pretty confident when I'm on duty. Like, when we're dealing with situations, I'm usually pretty good at coming up with solutions or, when suspects are wanting to be really argumentative or they're trying to be, go a different way. I'm usually pretty good at being able to calm people down or stand my ground on what the decision is, like for demands, for example, evangelical and stuff like that. Um, yeah.
Alright. What are your weaknesses?
Um, I'd say sometimes I can lack communication when it comes to, um, I guess when it just comes to in the moment, sometimes in scenarios and stuff, I can, lack, I just don't remember to let other officers know what's happening on radio sometimes, which I think most officers are kind of guilty of, just kind of when you're in the moment, you kind of forget to be letting everyone know what's happening, keeping everyone updated, that sort of thing.
Mm. Alright. What inspired you to pursue a career in command?
I've just always really enjoyed being in PD, interacting with the community, as well as the other officers, as well as the civilians. It's always just been something that I've really enjoyed. So I think, you know, joining in on command team is just a chance to further enhance on those things, being able to, suggest promotions for officers who I think have gone unnoticed and stuff like that, being able to give them those commendations and being able to help civilians a little more as command because you have a little more push and say when it comes to helping people out and stuff like that. So uh, I guess that would be why I think it would be good to join command, and it would be why I joined PD.
Alright. What is your favorite part about being a police officer?
Um, like what? How do you mean? Like
What's
just
your
in
what?
general,
Yeah, just
or
in general. What is your favorite thing about being a police officer?
um, I don't, I don't like. I'm not quite sure. Do you mean like in regards to like traffic stops, or like what do
Yeah,
you
you can
mean
say
like how?
traffic stops or whatever you mostly have fun doing. If it's banks, like if you
Oh,
mostly have
okay,
fun.
yeah. Well, I'd definitely say probably like I really do enjoy traffic stops. That's one of the main reasons I joined Sahab, being able to deal with defects and people that don't have vehicles that are roadworthy and stuff. So I really do enjoy traffic stops and just interactions like that where you're actually able to, talk with people and do a little more than just, shooting and stuff like that. So I really like traffic stops and I mean 1080s chases and stuff like that are pretty enjoyable too, I'd say.
All right. And last but not, I mean last and final. what are a couple things you think needs improvement within the PD?
Um, well, I mean, my biggest thing would have been just the activity within command, but seeing as that just kind of got shuffled up, it's kind of hard to really place it on that. So, I mean, activity within, the two highest up would be a little nicer, just being able to see them clock in and stuff a little more, apply in officer discussion and stuff, just because I'm sure, as other officers would said that have said that would just be a little I don't know, a little bit of a morale booster, it would help PD feel a little more like a team, I suppose, because, like how many officers clocked on to see the commissioner last night for the event thing. So, um, yeah,
Alright, if that's it, this concludes the interview. Is that it?
uh, yeah, that's all I have to say then. If that's all your questions, sure.
Alright. So, like I said, this is not saying that you're gonna be. So this is not a saying, "Hey, you got the job." This is just we're just interviewing for people for selection process. Okay.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right. So this concludes the interview. 12:57 a.m. 8:15 2022 U.S. Eastern Standard Time.